James Madison, the fourth President of the United States, was born on March 16, 1751, in Port Conway, Virginia. Often called the Father of the Constitution for his pivotal role in drafting and promoting the U.S. Constitution, Madison's political career spanned key moments in early American history. His leadership helped shape the nation's government and political landscape, earning him a lasting legacy. Madison was born into a wealthy and influential Virginia family. His father, James Madison Sr., was a successful planter, and his mother, Eleanor, came from a prominent family. Madison was a small, frail child, but his intellectual abilities were apparent early on. He attended the College of New Jersey, now Princeton University, in 1769, where he studied philosophy, history, and government under the tutelage of John Witherspoon. Madison's education laid the foundation for his future contributions to American political theory. After graduating in 1771, Madison returned to Virginia and became involved in the political world, particularly in advocating for colonial rights against British rule. He joined the Virginia Convention in 1776 and played a role in drafting the Virginia Constitution. Madison was elected to the Continental Congress, where he served from 1780 to 1783, gaining experience in national governance during the Revolutionary War. In the 1780s, after the war's conclusion, Madison became increasingly concerned about the weaknesses of the Articles of Confederation, which had established a loose and ineffective federal government. He believed the Articles were insufficient to address the growing challenges facing the new nation, such as interstate trade disputes and financial instability. Madison's most influential political role came in 1787, when he played a leading part in the Constitutional Convention in Philadelphia. He arrived early, prepared with extensive research and ideas for a stronger central government. He argued passionately for a federal system of government, where power would be divided between national and state governments, and for a system of checks and balances to prevent any one branch from becoming too powerful. Madison's work at the convention was instrumental in shaping the final constitution. His influence in the drafting process earned him the title of Father of the Constitution. After the convention, Madison worked tirelessly to gain support for the new Constitution. Along with Alexander Hamilton and John Jay, he wrote the Federalist Papers, a series of 85 essays aimed at persuading states to ratify the Constitution. These essays remain foundational texts in American political thought. Though Madison initially opposed a Bill of Rights, arguing that the Constitution itself was a safeguard against tyranny, he eventually reversed his stance. He came to believe that a Bill of Rights was necessary to ensure the protection of individual liberties. Madison proposed a list of amendments, and many of these were included in the Bill of Rights, which was ratified in 1791. Madison's early political career was marked by his service in the U.S. House of Representatives, where he helped establish the structure of the federal government. He was a strong advocate for a system of federalism, supporting policies that would strengthen the national government while still maintaining state authority. As Secretary of State under President Thomas Jefferson, 1801 to 1809, Madison helped to shape foreign policy during a critical period, which included the controversial Embargo Act of 1807 and tensions with Britain and France. In 1808, Madison was elected the fourth President of the United States. His presidency would face significant challenges, most notably the War of 1812, which broke out in 1812 due to ongoing disputes with Britain over trade restrictions, impressment of American sailors, and British support for Native American resistance to American expansion. The war was deeply unpopular in many parts of the country, and Madison faced criticism for his handling of the conflict. Madison's presidency was marked by the tumult of the War of 1812, which was seen as a second war for independence against Great Britain. Despite early setbacks, including the burning of Washington, D.C. in 1814, the war ultimately ended in a stalemate with the Treaty of Ghent. While the war did not resolve all of the issues that had led to the conflict, it fostered a sense of national pride and unity, particularly after the victory at the Battle of New Orleans in January 1815, which occurred after the treaty had been signed, but before news of it had reached the United States. The war's aftermath also led to the decline of the Federalist Party, which had opposed the war, and the rise of a more unified political climate known as the Era of Good Feelings. After his presidency, Madison retired to his estate, Montpelier, in Virginia. He continued to influence American politics, particularly through his role in the development of the nation's political parties. Though Madison had been a member of the Democratic-Republican Party, he had grown disillusioned with the party's direction by the 1820s, particularly as it became more polarized. He advocated for a more moderate approach to governance and was involved in debates over issues like the National Bank and the expansion of slavery. Madison passed away on June 28, 1836, at the age of 85. His death marked the loss of one of the founding fathers most instrumental in the creation of the American Republic. Today, his legacy endures in his contributions to the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and the establishment of the principles of American democracy. James Madison's impact on the United States cannot be overstated. As a principal architect of the Constitution, he laid the foundations for the U.S. political system. His leadership during the War of 1812, while not without controversy, demonstrated his resilience in times of crisis. Madison's commitment to the principles of republicanism, individual rights, and a balanced government made him one of the most important figures in American history. His life was marked by intellectual rigor, political achievement, and a deep commitment to the ideals of liberty and democracy.